Well, we have pardon my voice, we have
We just been practicing 6 days. What's wrong with you, man?
I've got a headset, you know what I mean? But I still haven't learned not to scream into the headset. That's the problem. Okay? So that does me no good, really. We're very excited about this group. We've got a group that has many players that either started or played quite a bit last fall. I think a word to describe them, or a couple of words to describe them, be a group that has great expectations. And gosh, you want to be around people that have great expectations. With great expectations comes great effort, and that's what we've demanded of them, that they have great effort. They got great work habits. We're in a point right now where, at this point in camp, we've been here less than a week. We've got kids that made some great strides. We're going to be in some positions where we've got some freshmen that are pure freshmen that are going to be backups and be counted on heavily. But we think we can be productive. We know we can be. I saw where Adam had it in the paper there, but we have it on the door of every offensive place. It's think fast, play fast, and TCB. That means take care of the ball, and that is business. And on offense, you better take care of the ball. That is business. So as long as we can play and practice, think fast and play fast and take care of the ball, then we'll be a good offense. We'll be the kind of offense we want to be to get done and get where we want to be at the end of the year.
Questions for Coach Turner? Your quarterback depth chart right now, how firm is that for opening day?
Well, we're right now we got DeAndre Thomas, who last year played some as a pure freshman, and he's been a real pleasant surprise in fall camp. He's brought on some leadership. He's throwing the ball better, getting the ball out of his hands better. He's directing and running the offense better. We've got some freshmen that are in the mix also. Ross Hudson is a transfer that was here in the spring but was injured. Goose Manning is a young man that's been here for a couple years. And then we've got a couple of freshmen, Darvier DeBose and Noah Suber, that we think are going to be great players for us. So right now we're looking for the guy that leads us. The guy that's going to lead us is going to be the guy that's the quarterback, brother.
Obviously, Brandon Baker, huge breakout season last year for him. Talk about, I know he couldn't work with you in the spring.
Right.
So he really just got to be back on the field here as fall camp opened. Talk about Brandon a little bit.
Well, Brandon, it probably was one of the best things for Brandon to happen. He was away from it. And he stepped back into it this summer, this fall, and is a whole lot more fresher player. But I told Nick Revez, Nick is now coaching running backs, and we moved him from linebackers. And I told him, I said, man, if I was going to be a position coach, I'd like to coach that bunch. Because we've got, we think 6 or 7 guys that could be outstanding running backs for us in our offense. And they all have got a special part that they bring to the game, and they're solid kids now. They've really come around, a lot of them. And, you've got people like, you got Brandon and Andy Hibbett, who's outstanding and a tough kid, and a leader on this football team, and Tyron and Marcellus and Trayshawn. We've got some guys that are going to be players, and when they get their hands on the ball, they can make some things happen for us. It's just like anywhere. You got to have running backs that know that there's a time for them to block. It's like receivers. Receivers have to know there's a time to block. There's a thing Confucius wrote thousands of years ago: no blocky, no catchy. So, you gotta understand everybody's got a role in this offense, and we've all got to take care of our roles to make this offense be what it was supposed to be.
Well, talk about your receivers a little bit. This is the first time you've had some significant experience there in a while.
Right. Well, we think we got some guys that have paid the price, and they've grown up as babes, as receivers, in the offense, as freshmen. Anthony Eubanks and Stephen Isom and Luther Walker in there, and some of those cats. David Freeman's a young man we converted. That's a transfer we converted from quarterback to receiver. He's one of those guys that you couldn't tag him in a telephone booth. You get him the ball. So it's going to be fun to watch him play, and Jared Belhovde. And so we think we got some guys that, and they've proven in camp already. In Cassadine Blasingame, and then also a freshman we got named Aaron Seward. And those guys are getting the ball in their hands. They're doing a good job on their breaks. Derek Rang is doing a great job. He and Corey Headley coaching receivers, and been real proud of their efforts and their enthusiasm that they bring to it. And so it's been a great addition for us.
Offensive line, you've got to replace a guy that pretty much picked up every award conceivable at this level. Talk about Derek a little bit and stepping into that role.
Well, Derek's a young man that transferred from Appalachian State and came in the spring, and it's a total different type of scheme and offense than what he was accustomed to, and he's done a good job of working to work his way into that, and working to be a part of the offensive line, to be a part of those other 4 guys that are there, because that group has to function as one. There's not 5 players; they better be one if you're going to be good at it. So they've done a great job of taking him in. He's done a great job of working hard to adapt to it. And then behind those guys, we got some young puppies that are going to have to grow up in a hurry. They've grown up in about 5 or 6 days, a whole lot. So it's been fun to watch them come along. And it wasn't too long ago that Alex Taylor and Lucas Mathers are both freshmen starting. So it can be done, and it will be done, and they'll be good at it.
Looks like you got a new starter at left tackle too.
Well, Tyler started a few games last year for us at left tackle, so he's got experience, and he's a tough kid and got great movement. So looking for some great things from him.